Hi, this is Walter at the club, and in this week's article I talk about the forehand. In my article that I sent out on Monday, I went into more detail with each of the 4 stages of the forehand that I think are the most important. And I added links for you to click on, and even other resources that you can click on to watch online that I think's all amazing. But to keep things simple, I'm going to talk about the 4 that I think every good forehand needs to have. Number 1, preparation. So really good preparation, a really good unit turn as soon as you can. Number 2, the elbow up and elbow extension. You really want to get that on your forehand after your unit turn. Number 3, the magical flip. So making sure that you're pulling through the ball with that magical flip. And number 4, following through, catching a racket on the finish. In my next video, I'm going to demonstrate that with my tennis racket. I'm going to talk about the 4 big tips for a successful forehand. Number 1, make sure that when you prepare, so preparation, make sure that you keep your left hand on your racket like this, and the top of your racket faces the sky. So left hand on your racket, the top of your racket tip is facing the sky like that. And you'll know you get in that position when your left arm is parallel with the baseline. That gets you into a perfect unit turn. So that's number 1. Number 2, elbow up, elbow extension. So you really want to get that elbow up away from your side of your body with the elbow facing the back curtain or back fence. Then elbow extension. That puts your palm facing down, or racket strings facing down when you get that extension, and keeps your racket on your outside or the right side of your body. A good visual that I use is I pretend to tap the top of the head of a dog. So I'm tapping my dog behind me right here. That gets you into that slot. And then number 3, the flip, which is because your racket head is above the hand, and because you're driving with your leg and hip, you get this flip action like this. That's almost automatic, but super fast into the ball. And you'll see all the pros doing this. The racket's here, and then the flip, and you'll note that the butt cap is now facing the incoming ball. And then lastly, the follow through. So when you pull your racket like this, you need that arm rotation like that to get topspin. So this happens. And it's almost like turning a doorknob. So think about turning a doorknob like that. You're opening the door with your hand, getting that arm rotation, and then catching a racket over your shoulders so that you can get your hands again together, keeping your shoulders together. So I hope that helps you, and that's something you can visualize at home this week so that when you get back on the courts, you have that motion down. Okay, here's a challenge for the week, the flip. So the flip is you hold your racket up like this with your left hand by the throat, and you slide it down like this on the edge of your racket, and you flip the racket over like this. See if you can do this with your racket, and then after a while, when you get that down, then you can keep going like this, and just try to keep flipping that racket. See how many times you can keep it going like that. And after a while, when you can do that pretty well, then you can flip it like that and catch. Send those videos.